error.com.
Hello, creative, wonderful electro pop.
All I need is just a little emotion. 'Cause all I see is you not feeling, and you're giving me nothing.
Well, thank you very much for that nice compliment earlier.
It is true.
Thank you.
Can I call you by your stage name or your original name?
Well, I legally made my first name Lights a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm Lights Poxlater, and honestly, no one's called me by my old name in a long time, so you can call me Lights.
Lights Poxlater.
Lights Poxlater, it's German.
Is this Austrian?
Austrian! How did you know? I always say German, but it is Austrian, you're right.
Yeah.
Very well called. Yeah, can't pull the wool over people's eyes.
Oh, I just happen to know that you're related to some Austrians.
Yes, I have a lot of family in Austria and Germany.
Do you also speak German?
A little bit.
Ein bisschen?
I'm English. A little bit.
Embarrassing, I know, but
It's easier to do when you're inundated in the language. So when I go there for whatever, a couple weeks, it's a lot easier. You catch on a lot faster, and then you just kind of forget it when you don't use it. It's like a muscle.
okay. But
Language
do you
muscle.
also catch some Dutch then?
What's that?
Do you also catch some Dutch words?
I can catch a little bit when people are talking. Again, it's been a long time since I've been there. It's been like 4 years
Or yeah, it's
since
a
I've
long
been
time.
there, so it's definitely harder
Harder.
than it was.
And you've also lived in the Philippines and Jamaica?
Yes. For a few years.
How come?
My family was missionaries for a while.
Okay.
So we spent some time in Jamaica doing some training for that, missionary training. And then the Philippines was just, working with the poor and going in and brought in food and started up a church there and stuff.
How has all those different countries affected you?
I sometimes get asked if it affects my music, like their cultural music, because there is definitely we listen to a lot of Filipino artists. There was Freddie Aguilar, he's this acoustic guy. Lots of talented people there, but I wouldn't say those cultural musics, I don't even know if that's a word, influence my music. I wouldn't say my music's influenced by Bob Marley, but I would say that the act of moving around and having to relocate all the time and learning how to live essentially out of a suitcase and how to maintain relationships at a distance, those are the things that set me up for the career that I have now.
Okay.
So in that way, it prepared me to be more nomadic. That's how it changed me. Also brought me closer to my family. We're a really tight-knit unit. So no matter how far I go, I'll be on tour for months. And I don't live in the same city. I live on the other side of Canada. We still are able to be close because of all those years having spent together.
I tried to do you right. Why'd you have to go and turn to ice?
More rap.
Okay. Just one last question. How do you write and make your music? The process.
Generally, it changes. All the songs, depending on the mood or what inspires the song. Generally, it's written before I record it, and I just sit down and finish the song from the back, inspired by some kind of mood that I'm in, trying to just get something off my chest. But once in a while, a song will come along where I'm inspired by the beat, and that starts the whole song, and then the melodies start to pour in, and then I always put the lyrics in after. The song "The Listening," the title track of the record, where that song was inspired by the beat.
But you make the music yourself.
Usually, if it's not just me, I work with one of two other guys that I work with on the record, two friends of mine.
Okay.
Just very chill, not like a big producer in studio and paying all this big money. It's just home studios and feeling really chill about it.
So you're also a bit French, so to say, because you're Canadian?
No, that would be a harsh stereotype.
No.
Canada is half the language is all spelled in French and everything, but that doesn't mean we all speak it.
No, but if you did, Philippine, Jamaican, Austrian, English, and French.
French.
That would be so
I
cool.
would be a multi-talented, but I'm definitely not that cool. I don't have the capacity for a million languages yet, but I'm working on it.
I'm working on what?
Learning more languages.
All languages.
Teach me something.
What do you want to know?
How would you say? How are you doing?
Hoe gaat het?
How?
Hoe gaat het?
Who? Ha?
Hoe? Hoe? Just
Who.
like hoe
Who?
gaat
Gaat
het?
het? Who? Gaat het?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's completely different. Who? Gaat het? Would that work if I said that on stage tonight?
Definitely.
Who? Gaat? Wait, who?
Nee, just like hoe.
Who? Gaat? Who? Gaat
Het.
het? How's that spelled?
Oh, H-O-E
Okay.
G-A-A-T-H-E-T.
Who? Gaat het?
Hoe gaat het?
Who got that? Okay, I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna use that on stage. If you're teaching me like you all suck, then I'm gonna punch you after the show.
No, it just means I have hairy balls.
Oh, great. Well, I totally was gonna say that anyway. So, who got it?
Hoe gaat het? Yeah. Don't forget it.
Thank you. How do you say thank you?
Dank je.
Dank you. It's kind of like German.
Yeah.
Dank you.
Yeah. Just like donkey. High five.
You're teaching me stuff.
Yeah. Of course.
I don't think you know and how hard this is for me. I'm not the type to say sorry constantly.
In the video, I just noticed you played some Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
I
Did you watch the Ustream?
Of course.
That's awesome.
But I didn't really expect it, so sorry, but
That's fair enough. Fair enough. I was in a metal band before I was in electro music, and I was in a pop punk band for a while growing up. Everybody goes to that angsty stage, and I wanted to like rebel against pop music and do everything I could that was like against the machine.
Against the Machine. Ooh,
But
so
I
cool.
just like the first stuff I listened to through my teen years was all that kind of thing. So, that came kind of first for a while. So definitely have metal tastes, Rage Against the Machine tastes. I really like them, and they're touring around here
Yeah.
more recently too.
But can you mention some other artists that you didn't expect them to influence you?
Surprisingly, I'm a huge fan of Hatebreed.
Silent warriors, sleeping souls will arise.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something I didn't expect.
And Cradle of Filth. I've been listening to for a long time. I listen to some rap stuff that you wouldn't think that it would influence my music, like A$AP Rock or like Sage Francis.
Since when is your friend?
They're very talented, but like lyrically, really good artists. And aside from everything else, but as I get inspired by their lyrics, because they say so many things in one spot, and so you can just filter, just like listen through and find one word that can inspire you out of the million words that they say. There's a few that you wouldn't think to inspire me. You know what? And here's another one on the other side of the spectrum. Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
She is an amazing singer. I mean, she has her, stereotypes or whatever, but she's an extremely talented woman. And I mean, growing up listening to her music as Canadian, I can't get away from it. I learned to sing the right way, I guess.
Which reminds me of another Canadian artist. What do you think about Nickelback?
Nickelback, good question.
Good question.
They've sold a lot of records, a lot.
So, so they must be good.
Well, I mean, the funny thing about Nickelback is, it's not something I listen to, but they write the kind of music that no matter what music you listen to, you'll get. You'll get it. So people across the world, in Turkey or whatever, or in the Philippines or in America, like all these people can listen to that music. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like its own thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Nickelback's not my cup of tea.
So I swallowed my pride and I got on my knees. But still
Canada regardless.
Is there something you're not proud of?
Is there something I'm not proud of Canada?
Yeah.
No. I'm so proud of Canada. There's nothing I dislike about Canada, honestly. Canada is so good to its artists. If it weren't for the Canadian government that really supports Canadian artists, I mean, I've gotten basically free money from the government to make music videos, tour support. You know, there's funds entirely set up to support up-and-coming artists that they think will have potential and become an export for their country. So, I mean, that being said, the grant system, Canadian government's amazing, and that alone makes me so proud to be an artist from Canada.
So you must be disliking the stereotype of South Park.
South Park makes us look like a bunch of trash cans, but we are not a bunch of trash cans. That is trash.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. right, buddy? I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your friend, buddy!
Canada is not that stereotype, and we are not like the Wizard of Oz, like a yellow brick road. There is one highway that goes across the country, though, but so Iceland has that too. Where's their stereotype of Iceland?
They probably have one.
Yeah.
They don't care about Iceland.
Well, they should, okay?
They don't have Nickelback.
Yeah.
I'm looking at me, looking at me, what's the story? It's a little, but you know I just want you to be happy. What I gotta say to make you let me get away with it this time. I know you're upset and that you're happy just to sit and leave me, but I'll make a bet that you'll be better to forget about me. Even better yet, a little melt the ice, baby.
Yeah. Is it I don't think so, but is it a coincidence that you mentioned Ice Baby during Ice?
Not a coincidence.
No.
It's a great drop. Cover of a cover.
Yeah, most definitely.
This is a tribute, I mean, the origin of that Vanilla Ice song is obviously amazing. And then Vanilla Ice is obviously amazing. So, why not?
Is Vanilla Ice amazing or just the song?
I think it's that line is so classic. Ice Baby. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
And the song is called Ice. And when I write, the last thing that comes is always the bridge. So I write the verse, and the chorus, or vice versa, chorus, verse. And so I structure the song and leave a spot for the bridge, and always put in the bridge later. Because the bridge, if you are a songwriter, an aspiring songwriter, or if you aren't a songwriter at all, the bridge is the spot where you can kind of be free the most in your song. You can change it and go off in a different tangent for a while, and then come back to the chorus again. So I always have a lot of fun in my bridges. Like in Savior, it goes into 6/8 time away from 4/4. So there's just chances that you can do something like that. In that one, the song's called Ice, and it just came out.
So next time when you make a song called Hammer, during the bridge, Hammer time.
MC. No,
Stop! Hammer time!
that's a good idea. I'm stealing it. Oh my God, from Netherlands.
Yeah, so everything comes from Netherlands.
Yeah,